We were stationed here in 1755 through 1759 when the British well, goodness. Let's start over. Okay. So, we were stationed here in 1755 through 1759 during the French and Indian War when the British had our butts handed to us. That's where you would laugh, I'm sorry. And speaking about the British, we used linear warfare similar to the British, and that is because of the weaponry that we were assigned. So, unfortunately, I would typically be having, or would have, a Charlottesville, but I'm going to interpret the Brown Bess, which is a musket, a smooth-barreled musket that would be assigned to a British soldier. A 75 caliber barrel, and taking 73 caliber ammunition. Its maximum range, or its lethal range I should say first, is 100 to 150 yards. Its maximum range is 300 yards. And if I want to fire one of these bad boys, I take one of my cartridges, which would be preloaded with 120 grains of gunpowder and a musket ball, and you can thank New York State that there won't be any dead bodies leaving here today, so you should be grateful. I then rip open one of my cartridges, open my pan here. I then dump some of the gunpowder in the pan. I then close the pan, put the rest of the gunpowder and the musket ball, if I had one, down the barrel. Then using my ramrod to force that stuff down to make it as compact as possible to prevent a misfire, and also from the mistake of my musket ball falling out of the barrel. That's why they have the paper, so it could basically wedge it in there so it won't fall out. And at that point, I would be pretty much ready to fire. All I would have to do is just pull it to full cock, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Take aim and then pull the trigger. And what will happen is that this hammer here that has a piece of flint will fly forward, making contact with the frisson or a plate of steel, creating a spark, and the spark falling into the pan, igniting the gunpowder in the pan, and also igniting the gunpowder in the barrel. So finally, let's fire this. I should say that it takes about 15 to 20 seconds to load one of these. For a well-trained soldier, which I'm not, so please. Another type of firearm that would be assigned primarily to a French officer is a rifled musket. It takes about a minute to reload. So imagine on a battlefield where we're using linear warfare. We're in ranks. The first rank has the rifled muskets. They fire, or the first volley, and then now they're stuck there trying to reload their weapon as the enemy is firing upon them. So it's a dangerous kind of situation. Well, now I'm ready to fire. All I have to do is just pull it to full cock like this. Take aim, and then fire.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, but do. Clap, clap, clap.
I didn't end my demonstration yet. All right. Another weapon that was assigned to a French soldier, and quite frankly every soldier at the time, was a triangular blade bayonet, a socket blade bayonet, where the blades are purposely not sharpened so that in a situation where the enemy is approaching or if they're retreating, I'd fix my bayonet, because since it would take about 15 seconds to reload, the smart move is to fix your bayonet. If I managed to stab my enemy, it would shred the tissue, tearing it, making a triangular wound, and making it difficult for a physician to sew you up. And if the physician did sew you up, since this would, in war, be fixed at the end of my bayonet, it would be coated with gunpowder, tons of gunpowder, and other contaminants caused by the weather. So as you can tell, my bayonet is rusted, so the wound would then most likely get infected, and that would further increase your chances of dying. But as of today, the bayonet is outlawed. It's against the law to be used in war because of how dangerous it is. But yet, we allow nuclear weapons. So, another weapon, not really a weapon, it could be used as one, is my hatchet. We were, the members of the Bearn Regiment were coming to foreign land, and a useful tool to be used was the hatchet. Originally, the French de la Marine came with swords, which, when going through a bunch of brush and the forest, their blade, more specifically, their sheath would get caught in the brush, and it's just a difficult situation for them. So much so that they switched over to the hatchet. It was primarily used for chopping wood, perhaps maybe tightening their screws on their flintlock, but it would never be thrown into battle. It would never be used to, say, pull a Patriot, if you've seen the movie Patriot. Okay. But that is how we would use this, only as a tool. But with that, that would conclude my demonstration. If you guys have any inquiries or perhaps insults about my demonstration, this is your moment to let me know and inform me. Thank you.